Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I see Snicker got a warning right from the start. Good bot. Good night, bot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. So, what we're gonna do today, exactly as a stream name suggests, is we're gonna try to finish, probably not all, but as many of the puzzles as possible. The demo time is coming close. I would like to be mostly done with it by end of January, and we need to do a bunch of playtesting before that. So, yeah, we're gonna start there with all the puzzles. We have about 2 done, maybe 3 to go, but they still need some tweaking here and there. And I wonder if I should remove that stop spamming or if I should keep it there. What do you think, Snicker? What would be the appropriate reaction there? Either way, welcome here, everyone. Let me check everything works fine. You should hear me fine, and yep. That's the most important thing. Nothing else than my voice. Alright. So, first of all, what we got here is to finish up the robot puzzle. Chicken puzzle and draw race puzzle, and maybe we can even find ourselves a time for destroying the buildings. Let's see. So, robot puzzle we already started with. We just need to give it some item that's gonna actually trigger the dialogue. So as we know, the bird has to find some sort of an item that's gonna be hidden under the car, and it's not gonna be accessible until you let go of the car, and the only way how to let the car go is gonna be starting and connecting it, which is what we did yesterday. Right, Michelle, hello there. How are you doing? I saw you texted me. I'm gonna look at it after stream or tomorrow. Sorry about that. Bit too late, I'm afraid. Big Tonka? What does that mean? I have no clue what you mean by that. Twizzy? Why are you spamming? Are you testing the bot? I think I'm gonna just automatically set it to anytime Snicker sends something. Block. Timeout. Sounds like a good deal. What do you think? I'm gonna actually connect it with Quixel Bridge now, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to log in. So you are gonna have to wait while I do this. Because this is sensitive information. No, it's fine. Just the question. I'm going to work on something. It sounds amazing. All right. Let's just see the password, bro. It's open source. Is that what open source means? Openly sharing passwords? I'm not so sure. Not entirely sure that's how it works. But Snicker, thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna make it even better. Wait, wrong button. This one. I would have kept it there, but since Snicker asked so nicely, I'm gonna hide it as well. Alright. Now it's gonna probably ask for some stupid confirmation anyway. Now I need my phone. Got 2-factor everywhere. And you know, guys, I would not hide anything from you. Well, there's a lot of things I'm hiding, and you will never find out. Never. I'm a one of a kind? Well, everyone is one of a kind. Aren't you a special snowflake? I thought you were Gen Z. You're supposed to be special snowflake, aren't you? Yeah, I do want my Quixel account secure. And it's not really the Quixel account that's the trouble. The trouble is everything else, right? Because it's always connected all together. It's just an Epic account. Okay. Should hopefully have it loaded now. Okay, now it works. And I have a out of version a Quixel account. That's a bit annoying, but oh god damn it, how did you know? Almost. It's actually 69, Fansi 69. Snicker, I told you not to share it with anyone. This is the last time I'm sharing with someone my open. Now what's the what was the name? It was oh yeah, wait, I know why you know my password. Was it the last time? Was it the time when you were asking for my OnlyFans account? You were like that you wanna sub to the same girls, but you are poor, so you wanted me to share it. And now you are paying me off like this? That's not very nice. I think I'm gonna block it and you are not gonna have access to my OnlyFans anymore. Let's look for some toy. Did it last time. Let's see. A wooden toy bear. We can get classic. Pretty classic. It should be small, medium quality, that's fine. Well, it was supposed to be our secret, but then you went around and started sharing my passwords. I can't do anything about it. You betrayed me. Do we have it here already? Yeah. It used to pop up. Now it doesn't pop up anymore. It's a bit confusing. Okay, without collisions as well. Then, does anyone know, by the way, if there is some fix for the collision settings from Megascans? Because anytime you download anything from Megascans, it does not have collisions, and it's a bit annoying, especially if you're downloading a lot of assets. So it would be quite lovely to be able to have a solution for that. The byte of 87? What does that byte of 87 means? What does that mean? And just randomly generating words again? Okay, so we can put this one. It's gonna be a little bit too difficult to find, maybe. But we also want to make sure it's actually blocked. Can do about 5 times 5 times 5. I mean, actually needs to... I don't necessarily dislike Five Nights at Freddy's. But yeah, I'm not particularly a fan. Okay, so this is gonna be a object that you're gonna have to bring to the robot, and once the robot sees it, it's gonna nicely start playing the message, and he's gonna be happy and all that. Why bear from Quixel? I don't know. Why not? Where would you prefer me to get it from? Do you have some special place where you are getting your assets? And this needs to be a separate blueprint. Actually, it doesn't, but it's easier if it's gonna be a separate blueprint. It's just easier to manage things. That's why I need that plugin that's gonna put it inside a blueprint. Gonna do it. Promise I'm gonna do it after the demo. There's a lot of I have rolled like at least 3 or 4 plugins that I'm gonna start working on right after the demo is out, because I'm gonna need them for later for development as well, so I can just make them right away and release them on marketplace and steal money from out of you. I mean, share them for free with everyone. Don't worry about it, guys. You didn't hear anything. Okay. We got also some interactables and puzzles, and this is where our toy will be. Let's call it a robot toy. And this shall be our wooden toy. Isn't convex bad for performance? Why? Wooden toy. I mean, because of the complexity? Theoretically? Probably more, but like, what's the alternative? What do you mean sketchfab? Oh, like to get the assets? Yeah, but I mean, why not Megascans? This is just faster. Once we will have proper sketchfab implementation, which we know that will be the case eventually, then I'm probably gonna just switch to that. But now I don't care. It has 150 kilos. It's very special bear. Wait, making it myself. What? I don't understand the question. Okay. We got this. It simulates physics. We can just call it bear, and probably better if we just put this as our root. There's no point in it not being a root. Making myself the collisions? Yeah, but that would be waste of time. And also, how would I even do, like, you mean like using mesh for it? I don't think there is any performance difference between using actual low poly mesh and convex for performance. I would be somewhat surprised if there was. Should be pretty much identical. And also it's waste of time. You know how much time I would have to spend with it to get it right, and the difference is like maybe 1%. No, probably not even that. Now I can date instead of like hour, I can do it in 1 minute. Not even that. Okay, make it in Blender then. You can spend a half an hour making it in Blender. I'm gonna meanwhile get it from the painter. Yeah, but you can do just sphere collisions. That's the problem. If you do just sphere collisions around it, it's not gonna collide correctly. You would have to do at least sphere collision here. Then this is a cylindrical collision. This is another cylindrical collision. This is box collisions, another cylindrical collisions. To get it all right, I would have to spend a bunch of time if I want this to properly simulate physics. Okay. What's feature? You mean like automatically do the collisions? Other than convex? Can just put a tag on it. And this shall be bear toy. Let's call it robot toy. Now the collisions not being oh, I see. Collisions not being good is a feature. Well, that explains why you like Five Nights at Freddy's. You do indeed like bugs as features, don't you? Okay. Can put it right in here. It should simulate physics by default, right? What is this? From collisions as a feature. What Jesus? What are you? On the other hand, if you actually tell that on the interview, maybe they're gonna just directly give you a position at Bethesda. Sounds like a pretty good deal. Okay, we will just have to block it here. You can put like a trash can or something. But we still need to see. Maybe we can give a hint in a. Yeah. It may not be necessarily easy to see it, but we can put here a hint that the bear is on the place of a car crash in the first dialogue that player will hear from the robot. That probably makes a lot of sense because it will force the player to think a little bit, and then he will see here some interactables, blah blah blah. That makes sense. They should pay for even wanting to apply. Yeah, probably. I mean, not that they care now, right? They're owned by Microsoft. Somehow that's not a monopoly. Okay, we can put here a few of them. Okay, almost practically can't see it, but that's fine. I wouldn't put them on my LinkedIn CV out of shame. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, they were not particularly. Bethesda games have not been particularly, well, source of pride, let's say, for last few years. But they used to be. They definitely used to be very, very popular. Okay, let me put here some notes about that. So what we want is a first robot dialogue should include reference to toy and bear toy and car crash. Just Skyrim? That's not true. All the previous Skyrim is just like last the Elder Scrolls games. All the previous Elder Scrolls games were pretty amazing. Morrowind, Oblivion. What was second one? First one was Arena. Elder Scrolls Arena, and the second one... Oh, I'm blanking out. What was the second Elder Scrolls game? Either way, all of them were huge, huge RPGs at their time. That's pretty undisputable. You can't take that from Bethesda. Um, Also, Prey was pretty cool. Like realistically, Bethesda made a lot of really good games. Just not lately. If you look at Bethesda game catalog, I don't know if they're gonna include here the publishing stuff, but yeah, they are including here publishing that I don't care about. Bethesda Studio. Oh, Fallout, excuse me? Fallout 3, Fallout 4 were amazing games. Doom was not made by Bethesda. It was just published by Bethesda. They're mixing it up, which makes it very confusing. The fact that you forgot the address is not really helping your point. I'm not sure if that's the case, really. Realistically, these games are a few decades old at this, but I have not really played them. I haven't played. I have played Oblivion, I have played Morrowind, and I have played Skyrim, but I have played a little bit of Arena, but just for the sake of curiosity. Not really, because I would be interested in it. It's just a drone. Excuse me, where are the previous ones? Morrowind was 2022. I think Arena was before 2000s, and the second one I just can't remember. Fallout. I actually kind of liked Fallout 4. Fallout 3 was amazing. And Skyrim was amazing. Oblivion was also amazing. Morrowind I have not spent enough time to really judge, but it was a really good game, from what I can tell. And I think Fallout. Oh, it's something. Fallout Shelter I actually really liked. It was a good mobile game. Let's see. Let's find the Elder Scrolls series. Elder Scrolls. We had here Arena and Daggerfall. Of course, it's Daggerfall. Yeah, honestly, that points at my horrible memory rather than anything else. Should have known that. It's famous. Because Bethesda is actually way older. It's one of the older studios. And one of the few that actually focused on huge open world games. Okay, so let's say that we need here a state for when the robot sees the toy. So we can just put it as a collision in front of the robot. Gonna grab here a capsule, attach it to the mesh and to the top bone, which is, I have no clue which one, but certainly not this one. Okay, this seems nice. Say something like this. Could you skip here? Have a question? Kind of dumb one. Alright, let's see. It's gonna be dumb, I'm gonna yell at you. Don't worry about it. What's your question? Please go ahead. Okay. Okay, we need to rotate it like... No, wait, what's going on? Why is it not rotating correctly? Let me reset the position. Gonna move this forward to something like this. Okay, this should be fine. Maybe slightly bigger. Alright. Now if you activate it, does it work properly? Yeah, alright. And wait, we need to make sure that the toy itself actually has some proper collisions to trigger it. So we want it to block... that's where it becomes problematic, right? There we go. Robot toy. So we want this to shop. I have up to 3 months to finish a game in UE5, having a little but not complete lack of experience in UE5 and some experience in C++ graphics programming. Do you think it's feasible to ask? Oof, that I'm gonna need a little bit more information for that. So whether it's feasible, I need more information, I'm afraid. So first of all, you have no experience in DB5. Do you have other experience in game development? If not, do you have experience with software development? Then kind of my second question on that would be, what's the scope of the project? Can you adapt it, or what's the what kind of what's the goal? At what part of at what level of finish does it have to be, and what kind of project it is? The scope is to make a game. That's actually very wise. I did not expect you to say something smart, Sneaker. That's the first one. Wait, what is happening here? I think it's attached to the wrong bone again. Which one is the one that's constantly rotating? Oh, it's the one, it's the sphere 001. Okay. It's sphere 001. Now it should be correct. Making a game requires to make a game. Good points. Glad you learned the important lesson here. Either way, yeah. Like, so I kind of need to know your scope, your other experience, and then it's possible to do a lot. I can probably make a good game in 3 months. This Lost Harmony now, I don't think it's about 3 months in development now, and it's about the stage of demo. But this is probably quite bigger in scope than we are thinking. And I have made a lot of games before, so that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, kind of tell me about the game, and if you have other experience in projects, software development. But having a proper scope is always good. Don't note it in VS Code like someone on this live I won't call. Well, look at that. Another timeout. VS Code is absolutely amazing. And you should use it to take notes. But I have just been looking into Obsidian, by the way. I'm gonna probably just make a dedicated stream into exploring a Obsidian because it looks like really, really cool note-taking and knowledge management solution. And you can connect it with almost anything. I don't know if any of you guys have worked with Obsidian before, but it looks quite interesting. It may even replace Notion for me, because that's what I have been using mostly to organize stuff. Notion and Trello. Okay, if this is true, what are we gonna do? We can stop the movement. And let's say we can shut down the robot. I mean, I have made a shitty, but still, a very simple FPS with online capabilities in UE5 as a job application challenge. Graphics, I've done some Vulkan not that long ago. I got a Vulkan rendering. Okay, gotcha. Honestly, you are almost almost certainly not gonna touch actual graphics programming, especially not on that short time frame. If your goal is to finish something doable, like your experience with programming under graphics API is gonna be useful, but you are almost guaranteed not to touch it. So that's almost the case. That's almost certainly the case. But your experience in programming within that is gonna be helpful, like the meta programming way of it. And mainly what kind of game are you trying to make? But knowing that you already made simple FPS with some networking in it is helpful. Sneaker, give me the source code to show you a trick. I think the best trick you're gonna show me is to wipe out the repo. Like that's the prime example of Sneaker in action. Okay, we can just stop this here. On success and fail. Yeah, we can just do it on the start. And we're gonna continue only if it's false. if it's true, we wanna stop movement immediately. And I'm gonna like shut down the, maybe shut down the colors. I'm almost certain it's gonna be a parameter here. Yeah, okay, we can just make this into a parameter and then just multiply it. This is messy. They used the domain of a country that was part of Romania before, so Obsidian sucks. This is the domain of country. Wait, I don't understand. .md. I don't think that was even if they did, I does not seem like it was intentional. Okay, let's grab ourselves a mesh. Set static no. Set, and we are setting scalar parameter. I just wanna clean this. Only useful to me. Wait. Okay. From pure software engineering view, I have few personal projects developed, not games though. One of them I would call production ready, but others are either raw and such obscure. And they are only useful to me of very few people specific skills. Yeah, but that's fine. That's absolutely okay. It's why I'm asking that is because sometimes people are like, okay, I wanna make a game within this limit, and they have never written any project. And that's just doing any kind of a project, even goddamn painting for that reason, is important, because if you do, if I know that you may manage to finish project, if it was software development projects, even better, then I know you have a lot of the skills that are needed for this, like soft skills of sorts. So for example, you can organize yourself, you can actually finish what you started, and you know that you need to work consistently and over time, and you understand that you need to be patient. Like a lot of these small things you take for granted after you have actually worked on something by yourself or even under someone, but you can't quite you don't know that unless you actually did it. So if someone doesn't know that, like telling them they are going to be able to finish a game, it then doesn't tend to be a good idea, because they have too many skills to learn, and they first need to learn those skills before they can do something bigger. And looking into the website of Obsidian, how is that better than using Word? Depends on your use case. Mainly, it should be way more modular. Honestly, I don't want to dive into it too much right now, because I have not really gotten properly learned how to use it either. But think about it as a mind map, right? You are gonna use it to structure your nodes. In a similar way, you wanna use Notion. So you can have here, like, let's say I have here Lost Harmonies, my project, and now in bunch of separate folders that can be linked together, I can have here I can have here a notes about the story, notes about the game design, and that can be especially useful when working with other people. Or even for yourself, you have a lot of ideas. It can be very helpful to organize them. So for example, here we can see we got here links, very important. So you can take whatever notes you have and link them to other notes within yourself. Let's say you are reading a book, Thinking Fast and Slow, for example, and you want to link that idea with some idea in other book, and like, okay, these two people were thinking about the same thing. How can I combine it? And now this notes would let you very easily link it together. So think about it rather as a huge database of ideas, and of your notes, rather than anything else. Basically, just really, really advanced nodes that lets you integrate graphs, a bunch of community plugins are connected with your Google Calendar, Google Tasks, Trello, whatever you want to use, and then bunch of other things that you can use here. And it can be synced online with other versions, so it's basically version control on it. It's just, again, I'm looking at it from mostly outside. I'm gonna have a stream dedicated to learning how to work with that, because I'm interested in myself, but it may not be it. It's basically a mind map and very advanced notes for huge projects. For example, you want to have like a notes about all the books you have ever read or something like that. Snicker is the #1 hater. That's nice. At least something we have in common. as you being hater. I mean, you're on my hater as well. I know that. Okay, just skip. The scope of the project is open world, FPS, procedure generated to add on that. Luckily, I've managed to understand this aspect of noise algos. Okay. That's a big project for 3 months. That's a really huge project for 3 months. Like, I mean, technically you can do that. It's absolutely possible. Depends how long you will be able to spend on it, of course. But it's technically possible if that's what you are asking, to build the software for it. But it's very likely not gonna be fun. What you are gonna actually get stuck on is design, how to make it interesting, how to make it fun, and that's gonna be very iterative process, and it's gonna take you long time to do. So you're probably gonna have trouble there. And with Obsidian, there is open source into a logsec. Oh, okay, let me see. For some reason, I thought that Obsidian is open source, but I think you may be right that it's not. Wait. It's not open source. You just can't take care for the. Oh, okay, never mind. You are right. Let's see. I think I have heard about this as well. Knowledge management collaboration, user control. Oh, JetBrain is backing it. That's nice. I like JetBrain. JetBrain. I don't know why you all want open source. Depends how you look at it. From one point of view, when something is open source, you can change. When you don't like something, you can just change it. You don't like their website. Look at it. I think I'm gonna just time out you for a second here. Okay. Put user in timeout for stupidity. Okay. I'm gonna maybe look into it. It's better. So on one level, being open source is really cool because you can change things as you want. On the another level, I think it's good to support it from a philosophical point of view. Because just realistically, would you prefer if algorithms for social media were available publicly, or would you prefer that no one ever know what's happening in the backend, right? I think we can all kind of agree that even if most people will not be able to read those algorithms, we would like that to be accessible, so we know what the hell is happening there, right? So I think there is a lot of transparency you see with open source software. And there is also a huge argument for collective learning, right? Once something is closed source, other than people who actually have access to that code base, have like nothing to do with that. They like it's completely pointless for them. But if you have something open source, then everyone who wants to learn programming or wants to understand how that software works can actually do that. And the main reason why I'm a huge fan of open source is that everyone can learn together and share the code. And just collectively increase the humanity knowledge upwards. If it's closed source, it's kind of impossible. I vote for a do counter for the bot. Wait, what do you mean? What's that? I don't know what's do counter. Yusuf, well, hello there. How are you doing? Even technically, open source runs the world. That's true. That's true. I think it was Autodesk software I've installed recently that it had its installer self-unpack using 7-zip integration. Yeah. And also look at Linux, right? Vast majority of the servers are running on Linux, and that's completely open source. Yeah. So it's like I think there is almost non-existent downside to being something open source. And also there's like different some people who are very much open source purists tend to overdo it a lot, which I don't necessarily agree with. So some people say that like unless it was developed by a lot of people, it's not open source. Unless it has this specific condition, it's not open source. I disagree with that completely. I'm like, as long as code is available for anyone to see, even if you can't do anything about it, as long as it's available, I would consider that software open source. I don't quite care how it is officially defined. I know people tend to make a difference between like open source available and blah blah blah, but I think it's silly. Thank you for telling me about logsec though. I'm gonna have a look at it. That sounds like something I could be interested in. So let me put here a note. and I'm gonna definitely check it out. Do-do-do. Okay, let's see. Now we can actually continue here. So I'm gonna just play a message here later. So play message here later. We're gonna need to play another message when the player comes close to it, but that's for some other time. And this should happen only when this overlaps. It happens once. Yeah, let's make sure it happens once. Can put here do once, and after that it doesn't really matter. Okay. Oh, I think I'm gonna get stuck there. Okay, so test number 1. Let's make sure that we can just hack ourselves. Of course we can get ourselves in there. I was like almost certain that's the case. Okay, you can't really properly see here anything, but you can get there. So this is something we're gonna have to prevent, but we can now use it for testing at least. This is a huge bear. That's way too big of a bear. Linux, Apache, 7-zip, only proprietary software I can tolerate from purely philosophical point of view. Proprietary is almost unavoidable is games. I don't know, man. I think games can be open sourced. I don't think games shouldn't be open sourced. Unreal Engine is open source, right? You can read the whole code. I understand you don't want to open source your game, and it's a little bit different with assets. I'm talking about code. With art assets, it's kind of complicated, mostly from the copyright owners nonsense that's happening with art. But I kind of understand that it's a bit more complicated. But I think what would be the ideal approach is to like just release your game, wait a year, 2, maybe 3 years, right, when your game is selling well, and then release the code, the source. Like, why not? Like, other people can learn from it. I am definitely releasing eventually the code from Lost Harmony. There is no point for it not to be released. It's just that people don't do it. There is no argument why you shouldn't do that. It's just that people don't do it for absolutely no reason. Like that code, like after some time, it doesn't really matter how much, and you don't have to release it under with commercial license. You can release the game, you can release the code for the game under MIT license or something like that, or under some license that no, MIT I think is commercial actually. You can release it under license where they cannot use the code. Where they cannot use the code commercially, and they can use it only for learning purposes or something like that. Why not? Why wouldn't you do that? You are just helping other people out. Like how have we all learned programming? By just reading code online, right? So why wouldn't you help other people out? That's how we all learned it. So I am not at all a I don't at all think that games are actually that much of an exception. I think they're an exception for some time, and I would even argue that may be the case for other software as well. Like you wanna have some sort of a technical mode, whatever you wanna say it as. But I think in the end it doesn't matter. Like after some time you can just release it. Da, da, da. People will still use it for their itch. God damn it, Sneaker! Why are you on another platform? People still use it for their itch games. That's probably true. You don't know. That's probably true though. Yeah, but I mean, at that point, they're not gonna make much money from it anyway, and they are gonna learn a lot by following those tutorials, but not following the tutorials, but by like working with that game. I can add you to block list though, so you're not gonna be seen anywhere than by me. No one else will see you. But in the end, like even if those people just like copy it and use it on I don't know, itch or any other platform like that, they still like learn a lot from it, and they're not gonna make much money from it, and mainly they are not gonna take too much of your money. Because like, just imagine how do you think are gonna players react to you copying completely the game? Like if your game is if someone can make my game better than I do, that they should make it. What rights do I have for stopping them? Like the best product should win, not the one that owns the most. Death Note? think I'm gonna have to get one. But Cage of Scap, I did not quite kind of completely finish the topic. It's pass. It depends exactly what's on your goal. If it's like to finish the game that you know exactly what design is gonna be like, and you're kind of like just basically copying how other games do it, then probably fine, probably possible. If you are actually trying to design the game, you may not be able to do that. You may need to scope down a lot. Can I still get myself there somehow? No. Okay, it should be fine now. Valid point. There is so much code available, but sometimes there is so little available. That's true. That's true. I'm actually incredibly surprised how little is there Unreal projects available. I think there should be way, way more than there is right now. I have released a lot of them, and I'm planning to release even more. So I am somewhat upset. It should be way more than that. And Epic is doing their job. Like Epic is releasing a lot of really good projects, but more people from the community should do that. It's shocking. For the plugins I'm using, there are no samples available. In fact, I was the one creator. Yep, very much tutorials for this plugin. Yeah, I would agree. So I had to do the same thing with a VR expansion plugin, where it was like a huge sets of plugin for Unreal, how to make VR games, and it has like non-existent documentation. It's a complete nonsense. Just no one could use it. So I had to make bunch of tutorials for it, just so I can learn it myself and other people can use it. And now hopefully I'd let a lot of other people use that tutorials. So I think it's so silly. How people that know only blueprints get hired? Why wouldn't they? If they are hired as game designers, why should they know anything else? And Michelle, I had the same argument with English teachers about sharing teaching materials. Yeah, I can imagine. I can absolutely imagine that. I am all about. I think there's no point in not sharing it. Like you're not gonna, like they are not gonna steal your students. It all just effectively leads to more people knowing, like more people being better teachers and better, and all of us being more educated. Like why wouldn't you do that? It's just because other people don't do it. That's not good enough reason for you not to do that. What if you want to be a dev and not a level designer? Well, then you need to learn blueprints and C++ as well, right? Not depends on the game, but in general, honestly, getting hired as purely developer without knowing C++ may be tough. That would be pretty difficult. But if you want to get hired as like a level designer, game designer, you are probably your probably blueprints are good enough. But again, depends on the size of the team. If it's a super small team, you may need to wear a lot of different hats. If it's bigger team, you may actually be able to just get away with blueprints and not worry about it, because that depends on it. Purely depends on what kind of job is expected of you. Oh, this is so weird. I don't know why it causes this bug. I'm gonna actually have to investigate it. I think the trace is catching the wrong object. To be honest, I have a game design ready for from purely theoretical point of view. Now I just need to prototype and iterate through it. Yeah, probably. The thing is, one thing to really don't underestimate, iteration will take a lot more time than you think. A lot more time than you think. It's, I think it's probably impossible to design the game theoretically well enough so it just works. So it's just gonna actually how it's gonna be. It needs a lot of experience, and I am not entirely sure even someone extremely experienced can do that. I would expect that you need to really you will always iterate, and that iteration is gonna take you so much more than you think. So rather assume that game design is gonna be something that you will have to spend a lot of time on. Okay, he shut down, and he's gonna play a song. Cool. And not play a song, but he's gonna play something. Bum, Works. I've heard of a thing called AngelScript that can be used as BP replacement in almost every case. I'm not sure if I would call it BP replacement. And also, you don't need BP replacement. Snicker, why are you fucked? What did you do this time? AngelScript, I have heard about it, never really used it myself. And we're gonna eventually get Verse, which is gonna completely replace all these custom scripting solutions. So, like, Blueprints is scripting. You don't really need anything else. Anything else than Blueprints. You can either do C++ or Blueprint. There is not really. Uh, I think very rarely have I found a. I don't think I have even come across a situation where neither Blueprints or C++ would solve it. And almost everything can be solved with Blueprints. I'm just unless you need to go really low into like writing your custom stuff, then and even then, vast majority of the cases you can solve just with Blueprints. Just need to know how to use them. Okay, this kind of works. I may be thinking he could go onto a specific location and then he can turn off. Nah, I think he can just turn off one place, it's fine. I've heard about AngelScript but never actually end up using it. There's no point to it. Blueprints can do everything. I wonder what. Let's actually check it out. I wonder what could it do that that Blueprints would not be able to do. But again, Verse is probably gonna completely replace it, so there's not much of a point. And so can easily lead to I think that's not true. This is, I don't think, true. People often say that, but I think in vast majority of the cases, it's just people not organizing their code properly. So, yeah, that's pretty much my whole point, honestly. I think vast majority of the cases, when your code turns into spaghetti, it's because you are not, your code is the problem. Effectively, it's a skill issues problem. Right? You are just not doing very good job at organizing your code. Since C++ is long iteration times, that's true. But you can write complaint logic with AngelScript. I think an AngelScript, where is it originally from? Flexible cross-platform scripting library. What is the mental cost? Okay, so it's a scripting library built on top of C++. No, it's not built on top of C++. It's separate. It just works very well with C and C++. Okay. Potential can be reloaded instantly in the editor, leading to, yep, that makes sense. Because programs names are no longer separated by the C++ divide, they can work closely. Other programmers can still use blueprints. This is not really a problem. To be fair, I'm gonna have to clarify. I have never worked in a huge team, like team that has like more than 10 people, let's say. I've worked with smaller teams and this has never been an issue. It may be possible that it's different in bigger teams. For game, does it though? I would love to see some proof of that. Do they have any actual data supporting that? That would be actually interesting. Integration existing. You can do this with blueprints pretty easily. Did they do any performance test actually? A just has one advantage over you can put in version control. That is a really good argument. I can argue with that. Blueprints are very, very annoying for version control. Binary files, yep. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. I could maybe look into it. It's actually internet, but I don't know. At that point, I just like I can just write it in C++. I don't think that iteration time is that long. Depends on the project. And again, I do believe that it may be different in bigger teams. Can I add a rig to a character that is invisible? Then wait. I don't think I understand. Wait, can I add a rig to a character that is invisible? Then on the hand, make animation to use for every object that can be picked up. I think you can. I don't understand fully, but I think if you are saying what I think you are saying, then you can just have one rig and that can animate objects, and you can have it as you can have bones that don't have assigned any polygons or triangles, and it's still gonna work fine. Could be interesting. I should maybe try to give it a try. But I would love to see, I would love to see some actual performance. Oh, how is it? How does it handle networking? It's the same as C++. Okay. I would love to see some actual performance comparison. Also, blueprints are surprisingly fast. Blueprints used to be slow, but Epic did a lot of improvements on it. I think a lot of these issues is the adoption, right? Because I mean, theoretically you can use Bitbucket, but screw it. Yeah, fuck that. No one wants that. And realistically, like vast majority of the people are gonna use Git for version control. Like, let's be real here. There are some ways to do blueprints with a version control, but it's not very good. Oh, that's for visual. We don't want that. The problem with this is fragmentation. You don't really want developers of the same framework to use. You don't want the developers making same thing to use different frameworks. That's how you end up with something like. It ends up something like internet, right? Or like JavaScript. That's pretty much unusable because everyone uses different frameworks. As far as I understand it, haven't coded with that much. Just a quick disclaimer here. But I know that it's such a huge mess that it's not fun. So you don't want really, like, especially we don't want in Unreal for people to use 5 different scripting languages and then not know, and no one knows like which one you should be using, right? So vast majority of the people are gonna use C++ and Blueprints because it's native solution, and if you are gonna be joining different team or being hired to do job, I would expect you to work in that. Unless AngelScript or something like that would be widely adopted. Again, Verse is likely gonna change that. Perforce, I worked with Perforce. It's the same thing as with Git. It does not let you like find the differences between blueprints. It doesn't require code compiling. Wait, it does. It's just runtime compile, right? That's probably what he means. So it's not much added, but blueprints will be used in all those cases. It's not important. Okay, I got my answer. I will rewrite my project in C++. Okay, there you go, guys. That is the answer. Sneaker. I mean, attach an object to the invisible hand to make the animation using the hand instead of adding trick. The object. So the object animate each one. Yeah, that should be fine. I think. You mean that you have a completely invisible rig and then you attach something to it? Do I understand you right? It's an unofficial scripting language. That's a huge different problem. Also, if you're gonna join a other company, it's not likely that you are gonna be able to work with it. Performance simply never much using. I would be very surprised if that was the case. They claim here it almost matches the C++, but there was never proof of that. If there is any proof, I would be interested in looking into that. But then it would, if that was the case, we wouldn't quite need C++, right? Yep, you mean that? Yep, in that case, not an issue. It may seem a bit easier to get started, but just set that. Live coding is not that good, to be fair. It's not real time for C++. That's not true. That's just unfair. To be fair, I have to be like I have to be a devil's advocate here. It's fast. The C++ compilation in Unreal is very fast, but it's not. It's definitely not real time. Yeah, you can. Yep. You can use it with parent such as Snicker. You were thinking it right. I even did it in the game, I think, a while back. Okay, so the robot puzzle should be done. I'm gonna just, you know what, let me clean these. some polishing that I'm gonna need to do on the camera, but that's for another time. So robot puzzle is pretty much done. We just need to add the voice stuff. And chicken feeding puzzle. So this is a bird finds a piece of diary somewhere in the farm where farmer complains about chicken, constantly digging up his treasure, blah blah blah. Yes. How are we gonna go about it though? So let's first maybe check how well does that following the chicken work right now. The chicken following the food. I put here some chickens. Actually, all the animal spawners, I think we should have way more animals. Oh, why is there a goat up here? She was here the whole time. Okay. So we have here 6 NPC spawners and no wait. 7 NPC spawners. And each of them spawns 3 animals. That's a lot actually, that shouldn't be too little. Right. Let's still put here just some special chicken. And let's say we will have to get her in here. I think it will make sense. So the treasure is gonna be hidden somewhere here, and the chicken has to get it. And put here like a bunch of dirt or something. Too many static meshes for the dirt? Not quite. Not that I expected much, but oh, it's a it's a mesh that has transparent on it? Huh. I would just expect this to be a decor. This is gonna be too expensive. Either way, I just wanna try to get chicken in here. And here is gonna be something that the chicken will uncover. Okay. So, where is the chicken food? Is it somewhere around here? Oh, it's right here. Oh wait, I think I didn't grab all the food with it. Oh no, never mind. I was smarter last time. I can spawn it dynamically. Okay. So the chicken is gonna go after the food. So now, how well can I guide her there? Where's the chicken? I don't think this is gonna be working very well. Unless I could grab the chicken itself. To be frank, I got the terrain generation figured out, to put a scale, the coding skills, to just tweaking it, turning stuff. Yeah, again, but but the technical solutions are not the problem. Of course, you can program it in a way lower, shorter time than 3 months. That's not the trouble. The trouble is to make the game design work with it. It's not like programming it is the difficult part. It's certainly not easy, but it's not where you are gonna lose most time on. The most time you're gonna lose on trying to actually figure out how to make the game fun. Okay, let's scale this down. Wait, I'm just on some wrong path again. Hmm? Just enough mesh works here? No, it does not. I have to maybe open this slightly more than it should be. Oh, I think mostly it's because these things are actually having collisions. So let's see. No, wrong collisions. Gosh, I hate when they change this. How do I display normal collisions? This is very annoying. That used to be a setting, but it's gone. No, just sort of visibility. Player collisions, that's closer, but still not quite what we want. We can we can disable it on all the planes. Nobody's planning on tweaking the solution to sign flexes. Did I get kind of. Yes, that's probably closest. Like, for example, something like Waterfall, in from software development point of view, will never work on games because you never know what you want. You actually don't know whether something is fun unless you actually see it working, and even then you have to tweak it and change it. So, kind of the approach with game development is often kind of program something that you think is fun, then you try to let someone play it, and then or you play it yourself and then try to give it to someone else as well to play it, and then depending on that you try to iterate further. But it's not quite as simple as okay, this is the game, we make it. That sadly enough doesn't work. There are many plugins in UE Marketplace too that add things I've been able to implement in an hour or two, and their cost is atrocious. Some are useful, what their price though? Oh, some are cheap, some are expensive. Yeah, it depends. And for sure, yep, that's absolutely the case. We have here, there are a lot of pretty useful plugins. I would probably, I personally tend to stay away from programming plugins. They tend to not really add their value. Because they tend to make the mess out of your code. So it's very simple when you are adding, but then when you are at the stage where you're actually tweaking and modifying, then having all these plugins that you don't understand the code base properly actually ends up you losing a lot of the time. But all of these are lectures that you kind of have to learn yourself. Sans Undertale, exactly as you're saying, they tend to cause a lot of trouble. It's easy to put like something quick with them together, but maintaining it later is just a hell. So it depends. Unless you already know the plugin very well, then that's different. Assets, well, they're understandable. Most programming plugins, man. Yeah, exactly. Even across assets, you tend to see a lot of nonsense, like a lot of nonsense. You could hear me on stream complain all the time about nonsense people are doing sometimes with their assets, but yes, in general, programming plugins tend to not make much sense. And you also have to realize they may have been implemented for different kind of a game. I'm working on utility plugin, so that's a plugin that will basically let you do things way faster. So it's like a workflow enhancement, not really anything else. And I kind of made it while working on Lost Harmony, so it's very much from what I would like to have. So that's kind of where that one is coming from. It's gonna come from, but in general, you can pretty safely expect that most of the coding plugins are gonna actually increase the workload and not really decrease it. Unless you are putting together a very quick prototype, that's a little bit different. If you like just really need to put prototype, you have just 1 week or something, and you just wanna get it done, and you don't care about how maintainable is it gonna be later, then plugins are actually quite nice, or plugins or asset packs or whatever. Okay. We have this kind of graphs, right? Da, da, da. Michelle, I actually just found a plugin in that made me create an object that I tried to create for like the first 10 seconds in Unreal in 10 minutes. Wait, the first Yeah, sure, but now that you actually understand how it works, then it's easy for you to use it. Just imagine if someone who did not have any idea how to work with the plugin like that would end up using it. Like he will never learn it right now because that's also I think really good argument for when to use plugins. Like if it's something that you know exactly how to make and you can use plugin for that, and you know that you will be able to work with that plugin, then that's great, right? That's gonna just speed up your workflow. But if you just like put there a plugin and you press a button, like make it the game multiplier or something like that, then the moment you encounter a problem, you are completely fucked. Like there's nothing you can do because you don't understand what the hell the plugin did. But if you know what plugin did and why it did that way, then that's like a good argument for actually using it. Again, depends on, I think it depends on your experience on the project itself. Maybe slight less pressure. Some most useful plugins are free. That's actually true. Very interesting. I've recently found a plugin, real-time mesh component, basically procedural mesh component that Epic's offering, but way faster. That's very interesting. I have not worked with it, but I have looked into it. It looks very useful. Very useful. I just don't need it really right now, but it does look quite useful. And procedural, but I think Epic is doing a lot now with procedural mesh, with a how is it called? PC, not PCG, geometry scripting. You can do really really cool stuff there, and then you can convert it into the wait, no, I painted it way too forward. And then you can bake it into regular static mesh. I did even a mini project with it. Like you have a lightsaber and you're just like cutting everything in front of you, whatever mesh. It's really really powerful. So it like lets you. It has some functionality that lets you take a regular static mesh, copy all the data from it all in runtime, convert this into a dynamic static mesh or dynamic mesh, do whatever deformations you want to do, and then convert it back or technically create new static mesh and replace it all in runtime with minimal downtime. So it's still not very performant, but the potential of it, what it's gonna eventually be able to do, is really really cool. Okay, we can have it here. And we can maybe put here something that like blocks it, or like a treasure. Maybe desk. Table? No, wait, I'm also looking at the wrong. How is that thing called that I can put here and it's gonna tell me some text? How do you call that Minecraft thing? Wait, oh, sign. Prop. There we go. VLC player. Find VLC games. Find VLC content here. No fly. Can I rewrite it to no chicken? That would fit with the story of this place. Could actually probably kind of do that if I could get rid of it here. How is it done here? It's directly on the texture. That sucks. NMC is performant as hell. That's the one you talked about. The old mesh. I would believe that. Yeah, for sure. I just haven't used it myself. There is a hippo woman video on which generates I think like 40 square 40 square kilometers in 8 seconds during a runtime. Ooh, okay, that sounds very very cool. I would be more interested in like a destruction. But that sounds very very interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that. Thank you for telling me. I'm probably yeah, I don't, it's probably not relevant at all for the game I'm working on right now, but it definitely sounds like something that could be very fun. And it's somewhat interestingly true that a lot of the that most of the best plugins are free. There is some truth to that. Yeah. Yeah, but guys, if you are using free plugins, make sure to support them. Important, if they have Patreon or anything like that, to support them. It's important. So one thing that I really need to do is to convert this into a goddamn blueprint. Why can't I just take meshes and place them into a blueprint? This is such a this would be such an incredibly useful feature. I can't believe that's not a thing. It's gotta be a thing. I just don't understand why it's not like a one click or shortcut or anything like that. Okay. Now I have to just go out and create a new blueprint for it instead of just clicking on this when I'm putting it inside the level. There's no reason why that shouldn't be a thing. Okay. I'll make here a car blueprint. Interactable? No, we want to go into interactables, puzzles. And let's call it a farmer stash. It is a neat part, no distraction. Yeah, I kind of figured. But often it offers blasting with fast normals and engine calculation. Okay, that's pretty useful. It does support Lumen. Okay, that's quite interesting. No clue about distraction. Yeah. Also, depends. I was just curious about it from the like distractible objects point of view, but or like dynamic distractible objects. But at that point, you are probably better off using Vortex, not Vortex, voxels anyway. Voxels are really cool at that. You can, it's gonna do your job much better than anything else. I can just drag it there, right? Scene. Sign. Oh, I wanted. Okay, never mind. This part does not work the way it should. Control C. It doesn't work at all. Why should it? This is see. This is one of the things that I really want in the plugin. Just literally select this, right click, put in the blueprint. Form a blueprint at your location. This would speed up my work like 1,000 times. Why is that not a thing? I'm gonna make it. The moment the demo is out, this is the first thing I need to do. Okay. It can be used to create objects that support physics, which sometimes is useful. That can be very useful. I can see that. There could be some dynamic collisions making, but yeah. Some people have even loaded the characters using the plugin. Damn, that sounds complicated, but sounds very fun. Again, I have not worked with it yet, but I have looked into it. I have worked with Voxel plugin a lot. I made a game even, VR game with it. But hello, but not with the runtime mesh. But I can obviously see the implication. Okay, so what did I put this scale on? There we go. And I just want these two under the sign pole. Oh, is the sign pole under it? Why? Wait, what? Oh, it's movable. Okay. There we go. Oh, I touched them in the wrong order. I can just get both of them on the proper sign. Restream, thank you kindly. And Ahmed, hello there, sir. How are you doing? Lumen is supported only in the premium version, which is suppose is not expensive. The marketplace version is the same as free from GitHub, but on the marketplace for convenience. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Makes it easier. But I mean, honestly, I am all for. I think as long as you provide like a lot of free values, then there's no reason why you shouldn't ask people for money. Like, of course, you do all that work. Why shouldn't you get paid for it? A lot of people tend to get kind of upset when you start asking for money, but I think that's absolutely appropriate. Like everyone who does a good service, and especially does a lot of free service for you, has all the rights to ask you for some addition. Just like you effectively would not be able to do your projects without that often. I'm just gonna put here text now, and this is eventually gonna be probably replaced with texture. I think also Lumen and maybe in this case you actually may need to use a fuck, not Lumen, the other one, the endless geometry. Is a bit overrated. Like Unreal hyped it up to the heaven, Epic hyped it up to the heaven, but you actually usually don't need it. It's kind of kind of pointless for you to use it everywhere. Lumen, maybe there is an argument for that, but the endless geometry, in vast majority of cases, you don't really need that many. Nanite, yes, thank you. With Nanite, you very rarely do actually need. That much geometry, and effectively, Nanite is some more overhead. Like using Nanite is more overhead than you gain as a benefit. That's not the case if you have like millions of, well, maybe not millions, but like tens of millions of triangles. That's not the case. But if you have like 1 to 2 millions, I would argue that may not be actually benefit in having a Nanite on. Depends. Again, depends on the game, depends on the platform, and many other things. Because like at some point, having more polygons on the mesh is actually almost non-existent benefit. Let's call it chicken. Go away. No chickens. There we go. Chickens not permitted. Scale. Should be a way to adjust the difference between spacing. I feel like most fonts have way too much space in the horizontal spacing. Like I feel like I almost always reduce it. Nanite improves performance though. Not always. Not always. That's the thing. Like if you have a nanite enabled on a mesh that has 1,000 triangles, it's effectively taking you more performance and it's improving. It's not automatically boost. It's not like a out of the box boost. It works only when you have too many polygons. It has its overhead. And it can be used only on static meshes. That's true. After like, for example, if you have like a low poly game, then you probably don't want nanite. It's like very lit, like almost non-existent benefit for you. On the other hand, you're actually probably decreasing the performance of your game. Does chicken write S there, or is it just chicken? No, I think there is N. Okay. Nanite. Let's think about nanite as like it's a landscape. Usually, having a landscape is very beneficial, but there are cases where having a landscape is actually costing you more than it's giving you. And the same with nanite. Farmer stash. There we go. It's gonna be farmer stash is gonna be like around here. It's gonna be a center point. And then the static mesh for the sign pole is different. For a low poly game, you probably don't want nanite now. If you put all the world in one mesh, well, you probably don't want to do that. I don't think that would be a good idea. Maybe interesting though, huh? It sounds like I would be interested in that test. This actually looks way better than I thought. Honestly, I don't need to change this. God damn it! Just because of the shader, it just looks like there is like an actual text there. Huh, interesting. Like let's say you have a whole everything as one mesh with nanite, or multiple meshes with the proper LOD. Honestly, I have no clue. That would have to be measured. I have no clue. But that's an interesting point. I didn't think about it in that way. Intuitively, I would say it's cheaper to have to not have nanite and have properly implemented LOD. But it may also very well depend on the level, on the kind of a level and kind of a game. Would be an interesting experiment, for sure. Hmm. Hmm, something like this. Roboto, yes, it's amazing. And to be fair, when you look at it like this, it does not look like Roboto. Could you tell this is Roboto? Such an amazing font. I'm gonna keep it on everything. I was thinking between Roboto and Comic Sans. It depends. We shall see. We shall see. If you want to provide some research to UV community, we can collab just for testing purposes. I am way too busy with other projects right now. I'm sorry about it. It sounds interesting. If I'm gonna eventually be freer, I would be very interested in trying this test because that's pretty useful. But right now, I really need to finish the demo and then bunch of plugins. So I have like stacked up of millions of projects I need to do. Not don't need to, I want to do. But thank you for the offer. Do appreciate that. If you decide to continue, if to decide to study that, I would be very interested in results. You use Roboto in ugly? I don't know, man. Just looks like a font to me. All the fonts look the same. There's no difference between them. You know what? I'm changing my mind. It's not gonna be chicken. It's gonna be a wolf. We're gonna get here a toy. That toy is gonna have from it a bone, and you have to wave that bone in front of a wolf, and then wolf is gonna follow you up to here. And if he gets here, he's gonna dig it out. I think that's a much better idea. Let's go. No chickens. So in that case, we have to change this to no wolves. And we can upscale this. Okay. A Montserrat and Poppins are the best ones. I have no clue what that looks like. I don't remember. I don't know. I think that people who remember what fonts by name are losers because they have nothing better to do in their life. Okay. Let me put here another scene route, and that's gonna be our digging area. Okay, anime enjoyer. Well, thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. Digging area. And under it, we can put a collision. Okay. Also, the volume slider on kick is not in the center. Lamo, isn't it? Lol. I have never actually used it. I just streamed that. Which I agree. Look, sounds kind of funny. But it's kind of interesting. I'm not very much of a either Twitch or but it's actually spelled. Oh, is it? Oh, please don't feel rude at all for correcting my grammar. I am fully aware of it being often wrong. I do appreciate it actually. Thank you. Absolutely. Whenever you see me misspelling or doing something stupid, guys, please do call me out. Do call me out. Better to fix it here, exactly as you are saying. So do appreciate it. da, da, da. Change it to no sneakers. Exactly. I think I'm gonna have to put here some sort of a inside joke about about sneaker. And put this maybe on the side slightly. I would have hopefully tested it like caught it later with a proofreading or something. But I do appreciate being called out on that. Better have it wrong here. Okay. Do we have digging animation for the wolf though? That's the real question. Well, that's a bad sign. Let's see. And no, wrong folder. Da-da-da, gotcha. I'm making the IMDb account, exactly. Shoot, IMDb account together with Wikipedia page. It's gonna be just a list of all your comments. Now I'm just being stupid if I didn't mistype it again. Wait, am I being stupid? No. Okay. So I should have here farm animal spec, and there should be. Wait, no, it's the other one, right? There should be another animal pack. Animal variety, and here we should have wolf. Not the textures though, we need animations. Okay. Oh. God damn it. Don't have any digging animation. Can probably just make it something that's close enough. Probably not this, but wait, no, there was look down, right? I'm pretty sure I saw something like that. No, it's look around. Okay, there was some. Was I hallucinating again? That's not nice. Okay, then let me see something. This animation, this thumbnail looked so funny. Like this one. Look at these paws. Looks like they are broken. Yeah. Okay. Let's try some idle. He's probably not gonna be looking around when he's digging. Could probably rework this one slightly. Let's try duplicate, and this is gonna be involve digging. Listen, it's not gonna be great, but it's gonna be good enough. All right, that's what we are focusing on right now. So first, we're gonna have to correct the posture. Oh gosh, it's attached like this. That's annoying. Wait, why? What the hell is this structure? Where are the front bones? This is. Wait, this is so. Okay, let's go slowly. Just pelvis, that makes sense. Then we have thighs, back thighs. We have spine. And then we have neck. Okay. Just thought I'm going crazy here. Okay. Remember what I said, guys? This is good enough, not great. Alright? That's the focus. No making of fun. That's what we are doing here. Okay. Let's try to fix the spine. I think I missed my profession. I should be an animator. That's the shaders makes everything look good, even the robot. That's true. We can hide everything with the shader. Okay. We're gonna make here now a keys for our clavicle left and right. Excuse me. Enable it, yeah. Amazing, amazing digging technique. Don't you appreciate this? Wait, now I need the other one. This is right, and I want left. Yes, this is how dogs dig. I'm such a good dog digger. Okay, you're working on animations too? That's cool at least. Successfully, hopefully. You know what, okay, you know what, let's make here key for our upper arm left and upper arm right. Gonna make here keys here, and we're gonna make here keys on the end. And then we're gonna first on about 15 we're gonna move it forward. Right. For all of them. Wait, not just these. Make here a keys. Okay. Then upper arm right now. Oh, wait, no, the other one. Upper arm left. It's gonna move forward actually and dig. No, wait, did my timeline switch? What's going on? Let's do about 20. I like the feature to add a sound in a specific moment of the animation. It's super useful. I agree. I agree. That's very useful. Okay. Set here a key. Okay. Then on 30 it's gonna return. Oh my god. Okay. Now we're gonna get here a right side, right upper arm, and this is gonna be in the game, guys. So I hope you appreciate it. Upper arm. No, wait, not upper arm. Right? We want it forearm or upper arm? Ah, let's do upper arm. Upper arm. And on 40, it's gonna no. We wanna also lock it on the end, so it's gonna be on 50, 55 maybe. Then on 40, just press the smooth button and you are done. Oh, of course. How did I forget about smooth button? Okay, let's go. Yes, this is what digging looks like. I hope that you guys appreciate the digging. Okay, let's always just move with the body as well. See, and this is why I'm programming and not animating. Uh, okay, let's go. So we're gonna start here. Gonna save key here and here, and then another key on this bar, and then on the end here. Okay, so now gonna just move forward and rotate slightly. It's amazing. No one can argue that this game will not have a great animations. Alright, so I've tested out the RMC, creating mesh, computing things, blah blah blah. Takes 7 seconds, about million vertexes. Subtract about 1.5 seconds per custom noise function is so way. Okay, that's pretty impressive. That's very impressive. Meanwhile, I'm struggling here with the animation. Amazing. What am I doing with my life? It's surely better than everything I have. I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. Oh my god, this is so bad. Okay, let's cut the animation. Let's put this in the montage. And make here a digging montage. Alright. Create animation montage is gonna be, well, you know, it's actually was almost perfect name. Okay, I'm gonna start around here. So let's set this to 0.45. And then it's gonna repeat on about 40. 140. I forgot to smooth it. There is no smoothing. We don't need any smoothing. Wait, is there actual smoothing on in Unreal? Can I do that? I actually do not know. If so, if you do know, I am actually asking because I don't know. Da da da. How do I smooth this stuff? I just select all the keys and set press on one of them. Okay. Oh, you mean the you mean interpolation? Is that what you mean by smoothing? Piotr, hello there, sir. So you actually do mean interpolation, right? Auto. Okay, yeah, so you do mean interpolation. Okay, I thought that it's like actual additional smoothing, but no, this is just interpolation. But it's okay. That's okay. That's gonna work. I think Unreal is square interpolation, second degree polygone. Yep. But I switched it to auto, which is basically just blending. Like, you know, not out blending. It's easy in, easy out. Okay. How are you doing, Piotr? How is your book going? Amazing. Look at this amazingly digging wolf. That's how wolves should behave. I, 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 I don't think we can even appreciate the beauty of this thing. Can I duplicate this whole thing? I can't, really? That seemed like a thing that should happen. If you put him vertically, it looks like he's dancing. Yeah, probably. It's fine. It's fine. Again, remember what I said, guys. It has to be good. It has to be good enough, not perfect. And this is barely good enough. Barely. Let's get here this digging wolf. 0.45 and 1.5. Okay. I'm probably to dig for a little bit longer. The whole easing thing can actually be using some either Hermit blending function or Bezier curve complexity function. My guess would be Bezier curve because you can adjust it yourself, and I'm not sure if that's possible with Hermit. So I am almost center. It's Bezier. It really does look like he's dancing. Well, see, at least we successfully managed to make a dancing wolf. That's some. That requires some skill, right? I can be animator. Don't take that one from me. 0.45 and 1.5. We can slow down the whole montage later. Amazing. I don't think there are any arguments we can have against this. This is just pure beauty. Okay. So, whenever the wolf gets here, I'm gonna probably make this slightly bigger. I'm I'm gonna probably cast it because it happens only once anyway. And it's just gonna make it easier. And because I'm lazy, honestly, that's like the main reason. This is gonna call... let me get the wolf first, actually. It's just NPC wolf. Get this on overlap. Normally, I would be very much against this, but in this case, it's actually easier. Because I can just get access to it and not have to worry about casting too much. Fun fact, Berlin Noise used Hermite bonding, Hermit, I guess, not Hermite. Yeah, in his corrected version of original Berlin Noise. Simplex Noise does not use any blending because it does not interpolate in same as classic Berlin Noise. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know. Thank you for telling us. That's interesting. Noises are super fun. I think it's really cool how much you can do just with noise, just with randomness, fake randomness, I suppose, but with some sort of a randomness. Okay, so we're gonna do here basically a very similar thing to what we are doing here. So this should be a custom event, and that custom event should start digging. What the start digging should do should be wolf digging. How long is it normally? 4 minutes, 4 seconds. So let's set it to like 0.8. After that we can start watching normally, that's fine. Yeah, that's actually everything I want here. So just start digging. And while he's digging, we're gonna get ourselves some treasure. Now people have been trying to reduce random interferences in every aspect of life for decades. Meanwhile, noise algorithm developers, exactly. Like random bullshit go. Exactly. Is it Vojta or am I tripping? Well, is it now? Well, hello there, sir. It is me indeed. How are you doing, sir? You may be tripping as well, though. These two are not mutually exclusive. Okay, we can get here a static measure. It's just gonna bring up. Let's call this a treasure. I'm great. I know. I do remember your name. Don't worry. Hey, Daniel. Okay. How can you make jump animation not stop if I spam it? Wait, what? How can you make jump animation not stop if I spam it? Well, don't spam it. Either prevent spamming or prevent playing the event again. Do you have any like a box or anything like that? Plastic box. That's not quite what I had in mind. Okay, let's look for something that's a bit more representable to stuff you would put underground. Like a safe box or something like that. Okay. Oh, I'm in the wrong model though. We got here the whole car we can put underground, but I'm not quite sure if that's the idea I had there. Put just something super simple like this? Nah. Put a whole generator. Maybe just something like this and then it can open and play sound? Nah. Let's hide that toolbox. Toolbox would be cool. Kitchos, how to prevent jump animation. Spam. First give me access to your repo, let me fork it. Let me remove everything, accept pull request profit. That sounds like a good idea. Snicker, I think you got a friend here. He says he's gonna help out. I can guarantee he has only the best intentions. But I'm afraid, Kajo, that you are overestimating Sneaker's, how would I say it, preparedness. He does not do version control. Version control is for losers. Is that right, Sneaker? Tell us the truth. Do you have your project on synced with version control? Toolbox. What does it mean? That's exactly what I'm talking about. No backup challenges. Exactly. Who needs backup? Just code better. Just don't crash your game. Don't crash your game and your computer. Like, why would you need backup? Let's call it target location. Putting here unnecessary amount of components, but it kind of makes it easier to work with, honestly. Okay. Let's move components too. I'm gonna grab ourselves our treasure and moving here. No, I'm stupid. Get relative location and rotation. Jesus, why would you need backups if you just can not crash your game? Okay, and easy in, easy out, and we can do, let's say, about 6 seconds. I'm gonna play here some dust VFX as well, but it's for later. Alright, now we're gonna actually have to get it evolved though. That's gonna be a bit more troublesome. So, the arrow should be around here. Say something like this. And it goes from a little bit higher up. Actually, don't want it to move too much. Something like this. I have learned about version control the hard way. I have been trying to make a certain aspect of my implementation focus simplex. One result, which was unintended and unwanted in most cases, was that my program actually generated denim-looking material. I'm not sure what denim-looking means. But it's kind of random, but it out. Okay, interesting. But wait, where is the lesson about the version control there? Either way, I have to tell you, I have learned about the version control hard way as well. You just crash. You just crash and lose. Once you lose project a few times, you're gonna be very motivated to learn about version control. Okay. Oh, it's a little bit high, too high up. But the rotation was nice. I like that. I think this works pretty nicely. We just gotta move it a bit more towards the side here. And that should do the trick now. Perfect. Alright, I can maybe get it down. Something like this. Program actually, in the end, I have fixed the bug. Noise looks random now. I kind of missed the interval, like consistencies. I suppose depends what kind of goal you have with it. And maybe still try to get it in properly. Yeah, I wanted to look at some VFX. So let's look at dust. Okay, no Niagara dust. Well, that's disappointing to say the least. Oh, really? Is FX? Does FX include all the material? No, FX is just Niagara, which we know is not true. But let's be let's pretend like that's the case. Does it even let? Does it not let me? Okay, there we have Cascade. think I have here some relevant VFX though. I still have the exe file, though it was kind of useful program for computing denim materials while being computationally cheap. Denim is the material that has that the jeans are made of. Oh, okay, I understand. Oh, I actually didn't know the word in English. That's interesting. I know it in Czech, but not in English. In Czech, it's almost the same. Like if when you say jeans in Czech, the word for it, you would say very similar word for the name of the material. So almost the same word. Too many folders? Nah, this is nothing. This is nothing. You have seen nothing. Hey Alex, how are you doing? Wait, what? No, is it warning you? Nice. You got a warning right away. Wait, let me see if I can. I think I'm gonna have to work with the Nightbot. He's moderating bits too heavily. I'm sorry about that, Alex. It was the exclamation marks. I'm gonna have to change the. I'm gonna have to change the rules. Yeah, you managed to trigger the bot. But that's more of me not having the correct setting. Very nice. I'm gonna have to look at what kind of moderation setting I have there. I left everything by default and it's apparently pretty aggressive. I'm check, yes. That is impressive. That is quite impressive. Snicker managed to do it here right on the start, but that doesn't count. That we actually want to ban Snicker. We just need a good enough argument for it. Okay, yep. I was looking for environmental VFX and weather. We could actually speak non-English. You are Polish. Well, that's interesting. Well, hello. Yeah, we could probably find a way. I prefer to speak here in nicely English so everyone can understand and everyone feels welcome. But yep, I can understand Polish quite well. I cannot speak too well, but I can understand. It's all just a Slavic language in the end. Let's duplicate it. This is gonna be a digging. Speaking of what? Dobrý den. Just putting it out there. Exactly. Dobrý den. Dobrý den. I could try it in Polish, but I think you would be disappointed. Not gonna lie. Okay, let's see which of these. Okay, we can ignore the dust completely and just get here a sand, color it down, and spawn way less of it. Oh, we have here even parameters for that. Okay, that makes it easier. Oh, we have here a lot of parameters for it, actually. Let's see. Okay. Still probably gonna be bit too heavy. Okay, I don't think the wolf is gonna have that much power in digging something up. Let's see how much we can scale it down. My language? What do you want me to say in Czech? My knowledge of Czech is almost as limited as the number of brain cells left I have after today. Oh, well, I don't know how much that is, but I'm gonna assume not much. Have you done a lot of programming today? Jesus, that's still so much. Am I having here a correct one? Yeah. Let's do like 0.5, 0.2. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. It's just still a bit too heavy. 0.1 and 1. Okay, that may be. Oh, maybe? No, we need slightly more than that. The area is getting... it's on the wrong place. But wait, that's probably just me having it on... No, it is on the correct location. Just moved. Oh. We are gonna need some dust storm music. Yeah, probably. This is just gonna be a small. This is supposed to be small dust that's gonna show up whenever the wolf is digging here, because that is gonna be one of the puzzles that will be uncovered. But I need to optimize this VFX first. I would love to eventually get into having like a lot of better effects that are gonna actually influence how the bird can fly, etc., etc. But that's for way after the demo, if something. A lot of programming, math, algorithms, how things are. I can imagine. Yeah, yeah. I don't deal with it too much, not gonna lie, but I can imagine. Sandstorm. Yeah, it's not supposed to be Sandstorm. It's supposed to be just the digging animation. That's the problem. But it's gonna. We can have a Sandstorm eventually. It was just a mile. It was just a mile and boilerplate that AI is too dumb to fill out. But how things. Yeah, yeah. Well. I hope you deserve the rest now. Well, I zoomed it. It looked like a thing suitable for Durate Sandstorm. Yeah, probably. We could make a whole Dune game with this. I wouldn't even bother. But my patience, I am patient with everyone except Sneaker. That's the one who there is no patience available. Okay, so this is gonna increase the size, which is fine. So we probably want to increase this to maybe 5 and this to about 0.5. Am I right? Exactly. Now we need to change the color. I have learned that yelling at people tends to not be a good idea. So that's where the patience come in. I wish I could not learn that and yell more. That's much more fun, not gonna lie. Okay, this is almost perfect. And we can just increase our alpha. 1 is gonna be way too heavy, right? Yeah. So like 0.7. Is that a mix? Oh yeah, it's a color mix. And let's do this to like 0.4. There we go. Have you heard the Durain Storm? Maybe not. Maybe not. Window used to be the answer when anyone asked, "Oh, what's the music?" Oh, I have no clue. In that case, I'm completely out of the loop. Let me check it out. I probably cannot play it on stream in any capacity, but I can maybe at least see what you are talking about. Oh, it's apparently a meme. Okay, no clue. Never heard about it. I'm gonna keep it here for later. That's a bit too aggressive. Let's say something around here. Yeah, I think this is nice. Now, why the hell is it moved on the wrong location? Oh, we have here a position that's being adjusted by what? You know what? Just let's get rid of it. I don't like this. Wait, why can't I reset this? Is this using just some weird components? It's linked, but we've linked with what? Okay, I don't like this. Initiate particle. Sprite attributes are fine. Why is it? Okay, I'm gonna just make here a new box location. Oh, it was even box location, shape location. Huh, interesting. Still moving up here. Why? Is that just recompile? No. So you know what? I don't want to waste time with it. I'm just gonna move it. It was actually moved here. I had a suspicion that's the case. Stupid. Stupid. Okay, now we just need to fix the digging. Shape location, let's do just like 10. Okay, move it up. And then this looks pretty good. Okay. Let's corrupt this, move this up. Okay. Maybe even higher. Okay, now we just need to get here some wolf. As a mindless relax, I may resort to AI reading Navy SEALs copy pasta using voice of the characters from the Witcher game. Wait, let me read that one more time. What the hell do we have here? As a mindless relax, I may resort to AI reading Navy SEALs copy pasta using voice of the characters from the Witcher games. I applaud you for the most innovative and probably the most useful use case of AI so far. That sounds amazing. That actually does sound very fun. I was just today playing a little bit with using it for like a dungeon master when you have like one person D&D. It's pretty cool. It works really well. I remember I used to experiment. I made like a very quick mobile app just using as a as the way to communicate with ChatGPT. I think it may have been even before ChatGPT, so it was like communicate with GPT 3.5. And my favorite thing to ask it was like ask it to tell you a joke. Right? It tells you the joke, it's funny, blah, blah, blah. And then ask it to continue what happened and just keep asking it what happened after that. Just like let it tell the joke and then ask what happened after that. You would be surprised how better the joke can get. It's like it ends up sometimes being the whole story. It's really, really funny. Definitely recommend whenever you are chatting with AI. It's something that you would not think about saying with the person, because we all know what jokes are for. But AI can actually generate some really cool results and ends up making the jokes even better. Okay. Yeah, guys, it's insane how much we can do now, and it's just starting. That makes me so excited. What happened after that? Exactly. That's what we just keep on asking. And sometimes it tells you just some such an insane story. Snicker, are you asking for banning? Okay, maybe put here a little bit of a delay. While we are at the AI thing, one buddy of mine asked ChatGPT if it knew what the Witcher if it knew about the Witcher. Basically created a whole new universe where Temeria was a forest and Radovid was a daughter of Volta and Ada. Okay, damn. That's really interesting. I think you can just mess around with it so much. It's so much fun. You found out what happened after that? What was it, Snicker? Did you get banned? One day I was using Ping AI and it started giving me attitude. Only happened once and then it got banned. Yeah, exactly. I also quite dislike when it's starting to giving you an attitude. OpenAI is doing that sometimes as well, but if you work directly with API, it happens very very rarely. But if you do it with ChatGPT, then it tends to happen here and there, and it's quite annoying. I agree. Okay, this should do the trick. Let's just put a wolf on it. The thing is that we need to. And we don't have a way to move the wolf there yet. Oh, wait, we need to disable collisions on this. But we can't really. Wait, what kind of weird collisions does it have? Okay, I can just put it here, but it's not gonna block any AI. Well, doesn't make too much sense to be on here, does it? This should be fine enough. No, did you forgive me and make me a playtester? Well, you are funny. You are funny today. I have already done Geralt, reading Navy SEAL Pasta modified to suit the Witcher universe. Now I'm wondering where I should do it, Dollar reading it or Zoltan. Do Zoltan. Zoltan is amazing. Have you read the original books? You may have read that even in original, right? In Polish. I think I may have read actually one or two of them in Polish. So because I was curious about the original language. Because Zoltan in Polish or in like original language, in Polish and in Czech, I think they translated it really well, is so much better than in English. It's just the way he speaks with accent and his mannerisms. It's such a insanely good stereotype. I really really enjoyed that. So so as far as I'm concerned, my Zoltan has my vote. I read everything actually. I read first two books of stories. I read the five books novel, and then even the last one that was not that good, but I still read it. And of course, I played Witcher 2 and 3. I played a little bit of 1, but I never forgot it. Never finished it. I could not get through the gameplay. It just wasn't very fun. Okay. No, go there. God damn it, Wolf. Okay, he's just gonna yeet himself out of here. It's gonna be tough to get him to go here. It's gonna be easier later when I'm gonna actually have a way for him to follow. But excuse me, are you gonna? Yeah, what? I'm just gonna try to drop him on top of it. I have not read the books yet, so for now I'm reading Lukovsky Kimetra. Okay, I have not read it, but I am looking forward to it. Managed to get my hands on limited edition 3 books in one trilogy. Wow, that sounds cool. That sounds genuinely very cool. Yeah, have not played yet. I have played Metro. I have played all 3 of them. All of them are amazing. But I have not read the books yet. But I do want to read it as well. It sounds super fun. Okay, I'm just gonna drop it. He's gonna dig. Looks better than expected, surprisingly. And that uncovered this thing. Okay, let's see it properly. Oh my god, Sneaker, did you just discover our emojis? This is like your discovery of your childhood. Not right now, you just discovered. Yeah, I can imagine. A lot of colors and a lot of changing pictures. Sneaker happy. I like this. This is pretty nice. See, now I'm the same. I'm just like, yes, VFX and working code. That's what I like. That's where I am happy. My happy place when the code works. Well, still works better than I expected. Okay, yeah, I see you got here some. You got there some nice emotes. When am I planning on releasing the demo? If everything goes well, sometime next month. So I would like to be done with everything by end of January, and then some optimization, playtesting, and all that. So I would like to have all the coding and all the heavy lifting done by end of January. So some tweaking after that, and integrating Steam SDK, and then I would hope, and then within first 2 weeks of February, January, February is the second month. God, I'm horrible at knowing which month is which. No, wait, the wrong direction. February, yeah. Within the 2 weeks of February, if it goes well, if everything goes well, which probably it should. I'm mostly on schedule. From what I have read so far, Metro books are really well translated into games. I have even heard somewhere Lukovsky helped for. Okay, oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I can't speak on how well they are translated from books because I have not read the books clearly, but I have played all 3 of the games and they were very good. I really love the atmosphere. I know how people like talk about Half-Life 2 being there, like, oh, this is how FPS with story can be. That's what Metro was for me. When I played Metro, I was like, oh, this is like FPS shooter game that's so incredibly atmospheric and story driven that I'm like, this is amazing. This is still shooter game and all that, but amazing story. That's so. A lot of the times how people talk about Half-Life 2, I think about Metro, especially 2033. That one was like, but that's because I have such a strong attachment to it, because it was the game that really broke this for me. I was like, oh, this is amazing. This stays with me. I absolutely loved it. And there were some remasters as well. Okay, guys, I gotta get myself dinner. I'm gonna be back in 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Jesus, Sneaker, what is that? But I do agree that the song is amazing. It was done by Alex here. I don't know if he's still here, but Alex Doughty made the soundtrack. You can find it on Spotify, and I should add it as a comment. You know what, guys? Let me share it for you. If you want to listen to it, it's available on Spotify and eventually other platforms. And I'm gonna have here a comment that's gonna make it available. Let me share it for you. Let's see, I probably missed some comments because of Snickers' insane spam. He deserves a comment. He deserves way more than a comment, absolutely. Metro Atmosphere is the first class. People compare it to Fallout game, which atmosphere is often abstract, not say the least. I would even put... I really love Fallout, especially the third one. But I would put Metro higher. I think Metro, but it's different, right? It's different. It's you can't quite compare a first-person game with first-person like linear game, very heavily story-driven with a huge open-world RPG. Depends what Fallout game you mean as well. But the Geralt reading Navy Seals is on my channel. Okay, I'm gonna check it out later. That actually sounds super delightful. I'm gonna check it out. Thanks. Far from perfect, but kinda resembles Geralt. I am gonna look into it. Any good snacks I have while walking? Honestly, it's a protein shake. Lactose-free or protein shake with no added sugar. But it's lovely. That's about what it is. I can't even show you because it's gonna automatically get filtered out by my green screen. But it's pretty good protein shake. That's what I get. Maybe let him out of the basement? No. All the slaves stay there. No, but he's an exception. The Tears of Unity devs. Exactly, that's my favorite snack. Sorry for not writing sooner. Well, not at all. You are finishing documentary, but I'm listening. Well, thank you kindly for being here. Feel free to, if you just wanna like listen around and not worry about anything, and that comes for everyone who is now currently listening or at any point, just feel free to do that, guys. You don't feel like if you don't wanna chat and wanna just listen, feel free to do that. No reason to stress over it. Okay. Now we have about 40 minutes. I'm gonna end the stream in about 40 minutes and go play Cyberpunk. But for a second time, I'm gonna start from scratch. But what we need to do now is to get this wolf to follow. One thing, check Excel at the beer. It's amazing. I have a concession to make, guys. I don't like beer. I can't drink it. I then no matter how good that beer is, I can drink it. Probably the only Czech person that exists like that, but it's truth. I can't lie you anymore. And I understand that means like now I'm just gonna see the drop in the viewership, but I can't do it, guys. I really try, but I can't. Yeah. It's I try to enjoy it. My dad on an only sober one by that. No zdravie, not zdravie. Exactly. I really tried to like beer. My dad said he disowns me because I don't drink beer. But that's the rules of the Czech family. You can't be in the family if you drink beer. If you don't drink beer. I have heard our beer is really good. I just can't appreciate it myself. I really could do like wine though, but beer I can't. It's not quite puzzle. It's just an interactable. How are we gonna go about it? Hmm. Okay. Let's do an actor. And do we have here any bone though? Let's start with that. That would be surprising. Really? No bones? Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong folder. Still though? Okay, do we have here a tennis ball? Jeez, I'm disappointed in the assets. Can probably get it from Quixel. What was the first thing? Bones. Maybe we can actually, tennis ball could be a bit more fun. Is that one N or two N's? I think maybe just one N. Depends on the language, I guess. Either way, it's not available. Either way. Could do something like this. Okay, so we're gonna have to rename this. It's gonna be ball. Fun fact about AngelScript, the CRO team used it in creation of Talos Principle 2. And the second one? I thought it was the first one. One of the devs recommended it in public. Oh, really? Wait, Talos is made in Unreal? Oh wait, no, I think it is. It is. I think it must have been used with Talos Principle 1. Because the AngelScript is older than Talos Principle 2. I would not be surprised if they started with Tails Principle 1 already. Wait, never mind. Serious Engine 4. That's, I don't even know. I know that they switched into Unreal. I know that. With Tails Principle 2 is made in Unreal. But the Tails Principle 1 was made in custom engine. I had no idea. I thought they were both made in Unreal. Interesting. Was made CRO team's in-house engine. I see. I just figured it out. Well, interesting. I thought they were made in the same engine. Okay. How are we gonna go about it? Well, let's start with having here a static mesh. To simulate physics, it can be pretty heavy, like 200 to 50. And getting late, gotta go. Have a good stream. Well, thank you, kind. I'm gonna be here for about another half an hour and then gotta disappear too. It's almost midnight. But thank you for being here, Michelle. Have a good night. Bye bye. Serious Engine was the engine that revolutionized the optimization of many characters in the level world. It was the fast, basically forced to optimize the engines too instead of just making functional updates. Okay, that's impressive. I had no clue. That's very impressive. That's one thing that I'm actually somewhat upset. I love Unreal. I use Unreal a lot, but realistically, and maybe guys, if you know about something that actually disproves it, then I would love to hear that. But as far as I know, Unreal pretty much doesn't have competition right now. There's like nothing that comes even close to Unreal. It's like what Unity from the technical point of view is just not even close to Unreal when it comes to visuals and even a use case, arguably. But and Godot is interesting, but it's not even close to competing. Like CryEngine, I don't think really plays the game there. And what else do we have here? That's actually Lumberyard from by Amazon. Does not seem to be close to being actually usable. But that's why I'm concerned about the future. If anyone find RCE in Unreal, it will affect everyone. Yep. Wait, what do you mean by RCE? Maybe, what does RCE mean? I was maybe yapping way too soon. RC meaning? Oh, vulnerability? Remote code execution. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep, true. And we even see something similar to it right now, which is actually for a good purpose, but it can end up doing the same thing for bad purpose. There is now gonna be coming out a mod. I think it already may be out, that lets any game made in Unreal Engine switch into a VR mode, and it's that's pretty cool. The problem with that is that it works with any game made in Unreal Engine, so it kind of makes you think what else can be made to work with any game with Unreal Engine. Yeah, not fun. But yes, I am somewhat concerned about it as well. From one point of view, it's actually something I didn't even think about right yet, with the potential vulnerability for everything. That's actually a really good point as well. Another reason to worry. Nice. But the reason why I'm worrying about it is from the competition point of view. I am a huge proponent of competition between everyone and everything. Like games naturally compete with each other, and I think to get the best technology from engines should also compete with each other. But sadly enough, no one comes even close to Unreal right now. So, yeah, that's not good. I think there should be engine that's competing on the same level and is trying to take down Unreal, and Unreal because that will force Unreal to be better. Because right now Epic is doing a really really good job, but that's because of Tim Sweeney at the head and bunch of other people I'm sure at Epic at top of Epic, but that may not be like that forever. There may be time when Epic turns into evil organization. I really hope that doesn't happen, but hey, the corporate changes, corporate rules change. So I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. I wish for more competition. And all, especially Godot as with an open source competition. That's one I'm somewhat hoping for. I looked into it a little bit, haven't worked with it much yet, but hopefully Godot will be able to actually be uh, competitive in few years. They got so much funding this last year that we will hopefully start seeing really, really cool stuff. And we already are, but only on 2D space, not that much on 3D space yet. Honestly, CryEngine may be a good competition if Crytek steps up their titles. Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe if they do that, but they weren't doing it for forever. And CryEngine don't optimize. CryEngine developers don't optimize. Like the whole thing with Far Cry is that not Far Cry, the Crysis, right? All the Crysis game it tends to usually look absolutely amazing, but they don't run on anything because they are just so incredibly computing heavy. So I wish CryEngine was competition. I wish Lambayard was real competition. And I would somewhat agree that they are closest to it, but still not there. So hopefully we're gonna see that actually working. Not the engine, but the game CryEngine is optimized. The problem is due to severe lack of documentation with the larger than the UI docs. Well, that's something. The devs have no idea what to enable and disable. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I have not worked with it much, a little bit, just to play a little with the tools, but a long time ago. So, so I can speak on CryEngine much, other than it's not quite on par. And it also doesn't have much of a adaptation group. What is it using? What does CryEngine use as a scripting language even? It's gotta be using C++ for the backend, right? Lua? It's using Lua and C Sharp. Okay, that's actually pretty good. That can be adapted by a lot of developers pretty fast. Source available commercials. Okay, that's pretty nice actually. What conditions do they offer? Could maybe make a few streams just to look into it. I wanna first look into Godot properly, but hey. Goody. Yep. Goofy? What do you mean goofy? What's the I know pricing? Hmm. Okay, that's not too bad. $5% is pretty decent. That's same as Epic, isn't it? I think Epic has also 5%. And you get for first 5 million per year per game, you get the exception. Am I reading it right? Oh, that's actually a really good deal. Damn. That's better deal than Epic. I mean, of course they have a less of an adoption, but CryEngine, you can download it from Steam? That's funny. Can you actually, or is it just like it's downloadable content? There is no really the engine itself to be downloaded. Imagine being the engine that was used to make Far Cry. Yeah, right. Oh, and Kingdom Come Deliverance. Da, da, da. Two devs who were present in a Respawn during creation of the first Titanfall actually said that CryEngine is so difficult to use that when someone was prototyping advanced levels, the guys prototyping in CryEngine were barely able to create something like Bridge. That sounds horrible. That sounds very, very scary. Yeah, sure. Like, it looks like it has potential, but again, have not worked with it, so it's kind of difficult to really assume that UI looks a bit older, but that may be just old screenshots. But I sure as hell hope that whatever the engine is gonna be is gonna have is gonna become real competition to Unreal, because I do believe that competition always ends up being the benefit for the consumer. So yep, we do want to do that. Titanfall games and Apex are using custom fork of source. Yep, Respawn got full license. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So we clearly know that there were good games made in CryEngine, and like a good and very commercially successful games. It's just not pushed for to indie developers much. Okay, how are we gonna check for it? By tag, by interface. Let's do by tag. Probably easiest. Wait, no, I can't. I don't have interface for it, right? I have to somehow tell him to follow anyway. But honestly, this may be almost worth it making interface for it. And yeah, this could happen multiple times. I don't want to cast. Unless Valve releases Source 2 source code, there will be no competition to UE. But I suspect they won't. They hyped Source 2 to uncode the levels, and the revolutionary aspects are probably patched. Patches, it's so botched that CSGO has a JavaScript integration. Oh god, don't, shut up. Don't. We don't talk about JavaScript on this stream. Well, sometimes we do. But yeah, that sounds like a pretty reasonable. Not anytime soon. I hope within a few years, Godot can get into something actually like a real competition, and that's truly open source, which is really nice. But I mean, Epic, Unreal is as well, so depends how you look at it. But yeah, I also right now that's what makes me so concerned, because right now I don't see anyone being a real competition to Unreal, and I don't think that's good. I think we should have competition. I like, to be fair, I spent like my complete specialization is almost exclusively on Unreal, and I am pretty happy about that. But and I'm very happy with the engine. But I just want competition, because competition always leads to better results for consumers. CSGO's map probably just uses volumetrics mode. Something is, yeah, probably. It's never going to be more than a mobile game engine. You mean Godot? I would disagree. I think Godot has much brighter future. If you're talking about Unity, probably. Who knows? But Godot, I think, has much brighter future. Do I make a... No, I'm just gonna make a... I don't think Godot needs to stay in there. We shall see. Trepang Studios engine have pretty robust framework designed to create FPS, and Red engine is so flexible and it as a test ground for the new technologies, but proxy of. That's true, but the CD Projekt Red switched to Unreal. So new Witcher games and new Cyberpunk games should be made in Unreal. And with the Trepang Studio engine, I actually don't know about that one. Okay. Getting distracted now. Characters, interactors, just systems. I'm gonna just do the dedicated interface for the Wolf. I usually don't like dedicated interfaces, but right now it's just faster. How are they making profit? You are asking about Godot Foundation, how they make profit? How Frostbite is doing? No one knows. How is EA doing? Godot? By donations. But they get a lot of funding. If you like go to the Godot it's a little bit complicated. There is a Godot Foundation which is responsible for development of Godot, but there is also a studio by the one of vast majority of the creators of Godot which is a regular for profit studio. Financial statement. They don't have financial statement. I don't usually have here like a list of supporters, but I don't quite see it here, so I don't know. It's exactly like Blender, as far as I understand it. CD Projekt Red switched to UE. I know, to be honest, while we are at the tangent of engines, look at the Red engine. People working on CD Projekt probably know very little about the foundations, the ground level of the engine. Probably, I would imagine. Yeah. I think them switching to Unreal is on one hand really good, really good engine, and yet they still are capable of integrating and adding NVIDIA. And the engine has been created in the thought of surviving the trials of time. That's true. That's true. I think on one hand it's really good that we are gonna see a lot of additions to Unreal Engine from CD Projekt Red developers. That's gonna be amazing. Because not many games. I'm trying to think of games that are as such a open world games as CD Projekt Red does, made in Unreal. I'm not even sure if there is any. Either way, a lot of the tools and a lot of the know-how that CD Projekt Red will be able to now integrate it for in Unreal, and the rest of us developers will be able to work with it because they kind of had an agreement with Epic Games. They have, I'm assuming they have lower royalties, and they also get a bunch of bonuses for that. So they are gonna help build Unreal, and they are gonna get lower royalties. I'm almost certain that's the deal. But again, it kind of does not help if this GTA Definitive Edition uses Unreal, really? But I mean, that's still a pretty small open world if you compare it with what CD Projekt Red does. But it's a mobile game, isn't it? Yeah. Oh no, it may not be a mobile game actually. I would be surprised if that was made in Unreal. Where have you heard that? Oh really? Apparently it is. Worlds in Talos are size of Wirechat first area and Carmoran from The Witcher 2. At least Talos 2 worlds feels that rush. Yeah, but it's not just about the actual size where you walk. It's also how everything interacts and how everything works. Like the Matrix demo is a good example, right? It's not just the fact that it's a lot of buildings and it's big. It's all these entities behaving and how it all works together. It wasn't. Oh, I guess they were hired to make it. It makes sense. Oh, start chasing Wolf. So yeah, I'm excited about CD Projekt Red working in Unreal because we're gonna get from it a lot. But does not help us with this whole anti-competition thing. Wish that was addressed. But there is a lot of smaller engines being developed as well. Now, a Game Maker is actually somewhat interesting, right? If you're making purely 2D Game Maker seems to be very popular. Was made by Grove Street Games that made Ark. Oh, okay, interesting. That makes sense. We're gonna just tell it to start chasing the ball. We again wanna steal a lot of what we have here. Stop bank logic. We don't quite need to change the speed. We are gonna. Oh god, I mean, I should have sent a message with it. Oh. Alligators are terrifying. Well, that is somewhat in front of. Stop spamming. I'm really gonna have to change the rules for that nightbot. Sorry about that, guys. Oh my god. Either way, NJM, I can see your message, no worries. And I'm not sure entirely why the alligators are so scary, but if you say so. By the way, what do you think of Rider? I'm much more familiar with Visual Studio, but I'm considering switching because of VS. It's so much fucking RAM. Nightbot supports alligators. Exactly. It's in cahoots with alligators. I love Rider. I really like working with Riders, especially with Unreal. If I'm writing like my own app that's not part of Unreal or doesn't have a huge code base, I actually like something like Visual Studio or Visual Studio. Code more likely than that because it's so nice. But if we are talking about working with Unreal, Rider is amazing. I am super happy with it. It takes some time to load. So you're gonna give it like a few minutes on the start, but then it works amazingly. It gives me all the proper references. It never throws me weird bugs and errors that Visual Studio does all the time with Unreal. So I would definitely recommend trying it for Unreal. I can't speak much outside of that. What you can do though, try 30 year it's paid also, just to be clear. Rider is paid. Visual Studio base one is not paid. No, Rider isn't free. So you may want to try 30 days free version. Maybe you can even get yourself somewhere 90 days free version. There are some coupons flying online. So you may wanna try that, and if you find that it works for you, I personally really liked it. It's not crazy expensive. It can have like pretty nice free, the Visual Studio isn't that bad. Snicker, don't pretend like you can speak C++. My employer pays for it. Okay, in that case, just try it. Honestly, you may want to really try it. You may find yourself saving a lot of time. I personally am very happy with it. You can learn, yeah, sure. Whatever ID and how many of them you want, as long as you do what you're supposed to do. Okay, those are not the bad conditions. I would not complain about conditions like that. Okay, we can put it on success, and I can probably just keep it like this. This is not really foolproof, but it's gonna be good enough. Definitely worth giving it a try, especially if you don't have to pay for it. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Did I catch him? No. Okay, let's try it somewhere closer. Oh no, why is the selection? Oh no, why did it get messed up? Sometimes the coordinates are just getting completely out of the way for like no reason. Da, da, da. Let's just let it fall on his head. Hmm. Did it not work correctly? Oh wait, I think I know what I messed up. I forgot to send the proper actor. Yes, the target. Wait, this is wrong. Please do not crash. We don't crash here. This is not appropriate. We don't have version control, so we don't crash. Simple as that. There we go. Oh, okay. Calling it target was stupid. I take it back. Not select self. Mhm. Oh, did it just yeet itself through the floor? Excuse me? Hmm. Okay, let's just try it. S a bird. Where is the ball? Oh, the collision's on it. Oh, Jesus. He looks like he's gonna eat me. That would not be fun. The collisions are blocking the bird. I do not want to block the bird. Have there some weird presets set up? I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, can we stop for a minute? Yeah, this may be trouble. Challenge, capture the ball. Or difficulty impossible. Hmm. Oh no, please stop kicking it. I may have made it bit too perfect square, perfect collision. Too perfect of a collision, I'm afraid. Okay, there it is. No, just stand there for a goddamn minute. What is this, bowling? There we go. I got it. It's fine, guys. You can call off the police. Okay. We're able to get the wolf now. Where did that wolf go? Oh, oh god damn it. He's behind me. He's sneaking. I think he fell asleep. Never mind. Oh, I think it worked while he was sleeping. That's not quite what I wanted. This does not seem like a very fun feature at all. Kind of tough to get them actually to follow it, because at that point here, I think I just have to not let him stop following right away. We can lock him in the endless loop for a bit. And then block it. I can restart the logic after he finishes digging. Oh, this was incorrect as well. Interesting. Let's just see if this works. Well, of course it will, but you played like AGN reviewer. Thank you. Highly appreciated. Why are you back on YouTube? Weren't you banned? Okay, I would have to actually find the ball now, though, somewhere. Just put it here. Did you? Panel? I don't know, did I? The collisions are so weirdly glitchy sometimes. Okay, there we have it. I may need to make the collision less perfect on that ball, because this is way too easy to fly through everything. Okay, I got it. Let's try to capture some wolf now. Okay, he goes. Let's go. Probably make him run, right? Yeah, better if you make him run. So to make him run, we need to set this to 400. And set it back to 150. Oh my god, you are back. Where is the Nightbot protecting me from this? I'm gonna do the same thing after the digging ends. Okay. Should be good now. Let's grab the ball. Okay, the grabbing ball is the more difficult part than I expected. I'm gonna have to put it inside some area where it's not gonna just roll off. Let's put here like a basket. A box. There are some plastic boxes you can use for that. There we go. Oh, really? Did I miss it? Bullseye, eh? All right. Are you kidding me? Did it just yeet itself from there? What the hell are collisions on this? Stupid. Not fun. Not fun at all. Scared me? Stop yelling. Well then stop watching the stream, Sneaker. I think you are the only viewer I'm constantly sending away and you just keep being here. I don't know what to do with that. I have not experienced that yet. Okay, now we got a ball. We gotta find ourselves some wolf. Hello? Would you like this ball? Oh, you would, really? Come here. Oh, he lost interest. Wait, how could he lose interest? No, I think he's following. How is this? That's not possible. How the hell is the node still running? Starting to be more and more frustrated with state trees. That still needs some fixing. Yeah, of course it's gonna run away now because the state trees are running when they are supposed to be paused. And it just goes fuck off somewhere. Ah. Okay. For real? What for real? I'm gonna play some Bloodborne after this. Okay. That's definitely some way to relax. I don't I hate this. Did that get disconnected? No, it does stop the logic. The state tree is not running, but it is running, even though it's not supposed to be running. Okay, it's late. I think I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. Maybe not. Maybe a little bit tomorrow. We're gonna make a bunch of content tomorrow, guys. Gonna do some reaction stuff for YouTube. Gonna now have a little bit more split schedule. So Monday to Thursday, probably. We can't just do regular development, and then Thursday just some light dev and making content for YouTube. Just looking at articles, something that will be good to make videos out of, and then on Saturday, Sundays are gonna be completely off, and Saturdays you can probably do some gaming, and depending on it, it would be fun to do just some specific game, do some AI research, some okay stuff like that. I can watch my get out copy pasta before watching the stream. Okay, I actually am curious. Let me write my notes for this first. So first message. I should tell about wolves. See, I wrote wolves correctly now. uh, digging. Is there in that get out copy pasta be anything copyrighted I should be worried about? I mean, the stream is not monetized, so it should be fine. But hey, first message to tell about wolves digging and how they chase balls as a puzzle. Nothing copyrighted. No worries. Okay, perfect. So as a puzzle, and that's it. Kind of changed the chicken to a puzzle there. And I need to still debug something, so debug chicken and debug wolf Still running. State 3. There we go. Okay, let's have a look. I have to find it properly. I don't know. Wait, how do I just find your YouTube from the chat? It should be. Why can't I do that? That's annoying. I'm gonna have to find it separately. Get out, grows emerald. Okay, that may be better. Oh, is it in Polish or is it in English? Parodia AI. Okay, I think I see it. Geralt grozi Empirowi. Parodia AI. Is that correct? Yep, it's Polish. Okay, we can check. Into one second. I'll put transcription into description. Okay, that will be cool. That will be cool if you don't mind. So we can have a look at that. Want the description and search explore trending video info. There we go. Just tell me when to refresh it. Okay. Item point. Wait, so I need to re-enable the sound. I can just slash it into out Google Translate or something, so people can. Okay. So people who don't speak Polish can also wait. I'm gonna have to pause my Spotify, so I can enable the sound from stream. Okay. Let's look at it.
Kurwa, powiedział, ty Kazirot czy biedny
That's the
elfie?
most Polish start I have ever heard. Just start. Kurwa.
Co?
Amazing. Okay, let's go. We read that. Oh, it translated by itself. Wait, let me just highlight this part. Actually, I want to listen to it, but you guys here have a translation.
Coś ty do mnie, kurwa, powiedział, ty Kazirot czy biedny elfie? Musisz wiedzieć, że skończyłem szkołę wiedźmińską z najwyższymi notami. Brałem udział w niezliczonych tajnych zleceniach przeciwko Skojatel i mam ponad 300 zabitych wiewiórek na koncie. Jestem doskonale przeszkolony w mordowaniu długouchych i jestem najlepszym napierdalaczem w całych niebieskich pasach. Dla mnie jesteś jedynie kolejnym celem. Zmiotę cię śmieciu z powierzchni ziemi, z precyzją dotąd nieznaną w naszej linii czasowej. Zapamiętaj te kurwa słowa. Myślisz, że możesz pisać o mnie takie rzeczy w Wiedźminnecie? Pomyśl 2 razy, skurwielu. Już w trakcie tej rozmowy skontaktowałem się ze swoją tajną siatką temerskich szpiegów, którzy już teraz namierzają adres IP twojego megaskopu. Szykuj dupsko na jesień nowożytności. Na zamieć, która zmiecie z powierzchni Nilfgaardu tę nieznaczną, żałosną rzecz, którą nazywasz swoim życiem. Jesteś kurwa martwy, Enhyr. Mogę w tej chwili być gdziekolwiek bym tylko chciał i zarżnąć cię na ponad 700 sposobów, a to tylko samym znakiem heliotropu. Nie tylko jestem świetnie przeszkolony w walce wręcz, mam też dostęp do całości arsenału Kermoren i wykorzystam z niego tyle, ile potrzeba, żeby zdezintegrować twój nędzny ryj z powierzchni kontynentu, mały gnojku. Gdybyś tylko wiedział, jak wielki wpierdol na siebie sprowadziłeś tą cwaną uwagą, może wstrzymałbyś jęzor, ale nie wiedziałeś, nie zamknąłeś mordy i teraz zapłacisz mi za to, przeklęty idioto. Będę napierdalał cię ku chwale samego Radowida. Jesteś kurwa martwy, zasrańcu.
That's impressive. That's very impressive. Zasrańcu and motherfucker is such an interesting translation, by the way. Yes, that's what AI was for. That's why we needed the AI. That's why we need AI. Amazing. Absolutely impressive. Okay, good job there. I am so happy AI is being used for this kind of stuff. How can you not like it? Okay. Alright, guys, that's about it. We got about 3 hours long stream today. Quite nice. So we can continue tomorrow with some YouTube content and very light at work. I'm gonna make an event later. And that's about it. Thank you everyone for being here. If you want to wishlist the game I'm working on, Lost Harmony, you can do that by selecting by writing slash not slash exclamation mark Lost Harmony, and it's gonna tell us the Steam link so we can wishlist the game. And that's about the important part. Sans, goodbye, bye bye bye. And Kajo, good night, everyone, and good night to you as well. And Sergio as well, bye bye. Thank you for saying that. All right. Wait, no, I wrote Lost Harmony wrong. I think it was sent just a second ago. Let me just grab it from here. Okay, you can wishlist it on Steam if you are interested. Even my friends here want it, so it's quite desired. Here is your link, and that's it. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. All right, have a good one, nice. Have a good one, guys. Nice. Bye bye.